Uh, uh, this is essentially the critique. Identity politics is always bad, and I've
Yeah.
heard it from Jordan Peterson. I've heard it from Sargon of Akkad. What is your answer to someone who says identity politics is always bad?
Well, that's insane. For all politics is identity politics. I mean, the origin of the term politics is a polis that is it is a city, a community of power. Even if you are putting forth a liberal, constitutional, even multi-culti America, you are still practicing identity politics. At some fundamental level, there is going to be a concept of us and them. I would say there is no politics outside of identity politics. In terms of to address that on a different level, there's no question that the American civil order is fragmenting and breaking down on the basis of identity. And what's interesting is that these kinds of identity politics are actually supranational. They go beyond the American civil order. They are racial in that sense, pan-ethnic or pan-racial to a large degree. They are pan or gender, you could say, and they're other things. This is an interesting fact, but I think we have to look at that phenomenologically. We can't just look at it morally and say, oh, it's wrong to practice identity politics. One has to ask that question: why is identity politics so viable? Why does it actually speak to people? Why is this a new source of legitimacy? And the fact is that the older implicit white identity politics of yesteryear has been fundamentally altered through mass immigration, and we can basically unilaterally disarm ourselves vis-a-vis this phenomenon, which cannot be denied and ultimately cannot be resisted. We can just unilaterally disarm ourselves and say, oh, but we're individuals, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's great. We will be crushed. We can't just choose for this not to be a fact. There are historical reasons for the fact that identity politics is meaningful to people and powerful. And we cannot, it is ineluctable. So either we're going to play this game and begin exercising power, or again, we're going to die as martyrs, as liberalists and individualists.
Absolutely. And we see it in people who deny identity politics. They end up having an identity politics that is civic, and so they fill the void with something anyway. The question is, do you live in a country where everyone around you is worth associating to and is worth pursuing a goal with, and do they want to pursue a goal with you? They may not.